A lot of the time when you purchase a product, companies would ask you, how did you hear about us? Because this is a valuable data for any business because it shows what marketing efforts are working so they can double down on those effective methods. Now, can you answer this question? How are your customers finding you? Or are your customers finding you? Now, here are some different traffic sources I've tried over the years and how each of them work out for me. First up, we have newspaper ads. Now, I tried this for my local music studio years ago, and even then, it didn't get much response, and they can be pretty expensive as well. However, I will say that there are certain things people look for in the newspaper. For example, my MIL has a great success in selling her puppies with this method. The next up, we have radio ads. Now, this definitely worked better. They were most cost effective and reached more people. Plus, people considered me to be famous because they heard me on the radio. Radio ads have been my dad's number one source of advertising for almost 20 plus years for his landscape architecture business. The next thing is the Craigslist. Surprisingly, these turned out to be a great source of traffic and leads for my music studio. I wouldn't have thought it would be a good place to get quality customers, but it turns out the Craigslist ranks really well on Google, so it's the first option a lot of people find for local services. The next thing we have is Facebook ads. Facebook ads. Okay, so I think we all know Facebook ads can work and they let you target specific types of people and pay only for results like clicks or conversions, for example. Now, the only thing is, they work so well, they are a hot commodity, and therefore, they are expensive. Yes, they can be a great source of leads, but you need to have an expensive enough product and a strong sales system to convert a large percentage of your leads into customers if you want your ads to end up being profitable. Then next up, we have the social media. Social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and even Snapchat. Flashy and fun, but not actually as good at sending traffic or leads as you might think. Now, see, when people are scrolling on Instagram, that's what they want to be doing. So they typically don't want to click off to read your blog post or listen to your podcast. Another one here is we have Pinterest. Now, Pinterest was the first organic traffic method I ever got to work well for me. Back when I didn't have any audience or brand clout, I started blogging and sharing my posts on Pinterest group boards. Within 6 months, the platform was consistently sending me 5,000 to 10,000 page views per month. Then we have Google. Now, Google, it didn't work out for me that well, but for the first couple of years, I couldn't get my website or any of my blog posts to rank anywhere on the first 10 pages of Google for any of the search terms I wanted to rank for. Then finally though, that changed when my website started getting enough traffic from Pinterest, and my Google ranking grew substantially when I started embedding my YouTube videos in my blog posts as well. And today, Google sends me a healthy 10,000 page views per month. Then the next we have YouTube. Now, YouTube is an organic traffic source that worked the most quickly, created the most traffic, and created the most profitable traffic. Within about 3 months of starting my channel, I started seeing my website traffic increase, and within a year or two, that traffic had grown to a consistent 10 to 15,000 page views per month. And these visitors always convert into customers at much higher rates than any of my other traffic sources. Plus, a nice bonus, YouTube also pays me for ads they run on my videos, typically $6,000 to $11,000 per month. Now, don't tell YouTube, but I'd happily make my videos for free because YouTube does such an amazing job of sending my business customers. So, how does your customers find you? And if you can answer that questions, now, what could you do to change that? Now, I want you to stay focused on doing so. Once again, this is Ken from the Moneymakers Academy. Thank you for listening.